Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I'd like to ask you to rise for the singing of the national anthem of the United States. To lead us tonight, join me in welcoming one of the fine vocalists of Las Vegas. Mirage present the main event of the evening, heavyweights featured in this 10-round special attraction. This event is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. The chairman is Luther Mack. Commissioners, Dr. James Nave, Dr. Elias Gondam, Bruce Lane, and Nat Carasali. The executive director is Chuck Minker. Presenting the officials as appointed. Physicians at ringside, Dr. Flip Pomansky, Dr. James Game, Dr. Al Capana. Timekeeper at the bell is Jane Broadfoot. Keeping count of the knockdowns, Al Bisek. Introducing the judges at ringside. We have Chuck Jumpa, Art Lurie, and Dave Moretti. And presenting the referee in charge of this bout, he will be giving instructions after the introductions, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go. It's showtime. The main event of the evening, brought to you by Don King and the Mirage. 10 rounds of boxing for the Gunslingers Showdown at the Mirage. Introducing to you first, on my left, fighting out of the red corner. He is wearing white trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada by way of Louisville, Kentucky. He weighed in at a ready 228 pounds. His record includes 34 victories, 9 defeats, 27 wins by way of knockout. Welcome the former WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Greg Page. And his opponent across the ring, on my right, fighting out of the blue corner in this 10-round featured bout. He enters the ring attired in white trunks with red trim. He is originally from St. Catherine, Jamaica, now fighting out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. With a weight of 239 pounds, his record includes 25 wins, 3 losses, 1 draw, with 18 wins by way of knockout. Welcome the number 3 ranked heavyweight in the world by the WBC, the hard-hitting Donovan Razor Ruddock. Once again, here's your referee in charge, Joe Cortez.
All right, Razor, come over here. All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Any rough tactics, I must start taking some points away. I don't want to start doing that, you hear? Shake hands, protect yourselves at all times. Good luck. Forget it, buddy.
All right, let's see if we can get past the second round in this one. Razor Ruddock and this man, Greg Page. Page said to Ruddock, you rant and rave about what happened with Mike Tyson. You got your tail kicked twice. Ruddock shot back with, if Mike Tyson couldn't take me out with a broken jaw, you've got something to worry about, Greg Page. Round 1, let's see what happens. A left hand there by Ruddock that missed. And a hard left hook there by Razor Ruddock that was shielded.
I got it. Bring it me.
Well, for openers, you can see that Page is really in shape for the first time in a very long time.
His last fight, November 29th, stopping a fighter named Joey Christian in the first round here in Las Vegas. Ruddock, a slugger, outstanding left hand. Some call it the best left in the world of boxing. They call it the smash. Will we see more of Ruddock's right?
Well, right now what's absent is Ruddock's jab, which is what Floyd Patterson has been trying to teach him. You see, he tried an uppercut without a jab in front of him. Now that's absolutely opposite to what Floyd Patterson is teaching him.
Well, Ferdy, the rumor prior to the first fight with Tyson was that Ruddock injured the right hand while training. Ruddock denies that vehemently. He just missed with the right. Page looking to come back, and Ruddock got nailed. But Ruddock comes right back. It didn't even faze him.
Well, it fazed him, but it didn't drop him. I mean, he certainly felt it.
Now a combination by Ruddock.
Ruddock showing no attempt at boxing style, but but is just lumbering forth with his heaviest punches. Certainly not a design fight, but a brawl.
Ruddock said he was using the right hand to guard his jaw in the second fight. Obviously didn't guard it well enough because Tyson broke it. Page said he was unimpressed with Razor Ruddock in the 2 fights, although he gave him a lot of credit for fighting a good portion of that fight with the busted jaw.
After all, Page worked over 40 rounds. Oh, nice uppercut by Razor Ruddock, and then he gets wild.
Misses with a furious left, sending Page back into the ropes.
Page has achieved a moment where he's known, hey, I can go down from this guy. The look on his face was, oh, that hurt.
A very groggy look in the eyes of Greg Page, looked unsteady.
But once again, Razor Ruddock too anxious to satisfy, too anxious to get this guy out of here. Floyd's got a lot of work to do on him. He has yet to throw a good jab. He has yet to position his legs right.
Solid left hands and now a right by Ruddock.
Now, Page can't take too much of that. Those are right on the button, and if there's a man in the heavyweight division can punch, it's Donovan Razor Ruddock.
Time called by Joe Cortez. He sends Ruddock to the neutral corner.
That's for the protector, I think. Yeah, he had taken the mouthpiece out. It dropped out of Greg Page. Page back, not using his boxing skills, trying to punch with Razor Ruddock, which is really silly on his part. He should be bouncing around trying to avoid this.
Must have seemed like an endless first round for Page.
Here's the grease. Listen, do you hear me? Be very calm and listen to what I'm telling you. You're making an easy fight a hard fight. Just use your jab. Keep your jab in his face all the time. And anything you do behind the jab, whether it's a right hand or left hook, will land. Okay, keep your jab in his face. And throw the right hand right behind the jab. All right? Now, are you listening? Give him the Stop trying so hard. You're trying to knock him out. Just try to outpoint him. No, try to outpoint him. You stand a much chance better chance of knocking him out.
Let's take a look at that hard Ruddock left that almost ended this fight. Right on the button, and you can see Greg Page's reaction. Whoops, that hurt.
Round 2, Floyd Patterson with good advice to Razor Ruddock. Don't try to end it on one punch. He says this is a very dangerous fight, Floyd told us, because Page will desperately try to do anything to win.
But in the corner, he said, this is an easy fight. You're making it hard. And that is exactly correct. And he did not throw a jab. He threw one to begin this round. Let's see how he follows Floyd's advice. It's going to take months to build up a team between Floyd Patterson and Razor Ruddock. Right off there, he led with a hook. He did not lead with a jab.
He told us he thought Page was at the end of the rope, do-or-die situation, which, of course, Page denied vehemently. Page with body shots. Now he goes upstairs, but not having much effect on Ruddock. Floyd Patterson made Ruddock films of Page when Page was at his peak, at his very best. Page, despite all his trials and tribulations, has always been a good boxer. Moves well and has thrown good punches in the past.
Well, you couldn't tell it by his performance today because he's standing right in front of him and not boxing, which is the one thing that he brings to this, a superior boxing skill, which could have eroded through his many ups and downs. Nice combination by Page, but everything else is missed up to them.
Page with an uppercut that tagged the chin of Razor Ruddock.
Nice inside uppercut.
A hard left by Ruddock. Page just opened himself up for that one midway through the second.
And Ruddock is back to just fighting. Oh, what a shot.
An uppercut by Ruddock. Now he's trying to finish Page off, but Page stays right in there. Those shots are snapping Page's head back.
And not a jab to be found. This is just pure warfare.
Ruddock just digging in with uppercuts. And uppercuts that are landing.
You have to attribute the conditioning of Greg Page to be able to stand all this because he's getting hammered by a man who can punch.
He told us he felt he is in the best shape of his life. He said he couldn't be more prepared for this fight. I've been waiting for this for a year, he said. Combination by Ruddock, though.
Ruddock is still standing with his feet together when he throws punches. He's so far out of balance.
And Ruddock was off balance there.
Floyd Patterson must be thinking, boy, I got a lot of work to do here.
Ruddock continues to be confused with footwork.
He's so overpowered. He's so large. He's so athletically talented that he can land hooks without a jab, but that's not the way it is.
Floyd Patterson said that the times that Ruddock was knocked down by Tyson was because of the fact that he was not balanced. As we head for the bell.
Don't try to slug so much. There you go. Hear me, Greg? Don't slug so much now. All right? Start going in and out. Post this down on, all right?
Keep him up, you hear?
Hear me, Greg? You're doing good, man.
It tastes like shit, man. But
Harry,
it tastes shit.
a lot of left jabs and start going in and out on him, all right? Left jab. Don't try to slug. Calm yourself down a little bit. All right?
Uppercuts won this round, and uppercuts are where getting Greg Page in trouble. He's beginning to hear B's. Now here's another one. Here's another different uppercut. But watch the beauty with which he throws his inside, with which Ruddock Page has right there, right at the angle of the jaw. That hurts.
We've already seen more Razor Ruddock's right hand in 2 rounds, and we saw 2 fights with Mike Tyson. Round 3.
And Floyd's thought, you're making an easy fight hard. Sticks with you. He's making this a fight for no reason at all.
Despite the punishment, Page dancing around, looking very spry. Meanwhile, continues to be stalked by Ruddock. Ruddock, who looks in great shape.
Again, the uppercut.
And a left by Ruddock in that flurry. That sent Page back. Page continues to open up his face. It is like target practice for Ruddock.
The unorthodoxy of Ruddock's style. He's throwing hooks. Look at these uppercuts he's throwing without any preparation. No attempt at the jab. This is the 3rd round without jabs.
Folks, if you came to see pure boxing, you didn't come to the right place. This is slug mania.
A little trickle of blood from the mouthpiece of Razor Ruddock. Unofficially, he's won both the first 2 rounds, but Page is still bouncing on his feet.
Yeah, that's the interesting aspect here.
Greg Page in the best condition I've seen him for years.
But he better watch out. He's going to get nipped by one of those uppercuts if he's not careful.
Page's fight is to hang in here and let this guy get tired from these big bombs he's throwing. You can't throw punches like that for 10 rounds.
Yeah, you got to wonder about the accumulation by Razor Ruddock. Ruddock, of course, stayed in there against Tyson for 12 rounds. Tyson throwing bombs. Ruddock had a broken jaw. So you wonder.
Well, but in that fight, he was receiving most of the time. Here, he's throwing. Slowed down. He's slowed down a great deal in the 3rd round.
Well, the first 2 rounds were frantic. Mostly from Ruddock's side. And you got to believe that Ruddock is a little worn out as a result.
Well, Greg Page is not. Greg Page has been receiving the punishment, and he looks the fresher of the 2 right now. It's only the 3rd round. Hard to tell, but these are huge guys. Sometimes they wear out in a hurry.
The latest odds, Page a 10-to-1 underdog. Final seconds, round 3.
Again, that inside uppercut. Twice that inside uppercut. Greg Page does again the inside uppercut.
Take deep breath. How do you feel? Tired? You know why? You know why? Because what I told you, you're trying to knock the guy out. I told you, don't try to knock him out. Just try to outpoint him. You're trying too hard. You're making your body stiff. Everything is tight. That's why you're so tired. Now go out there, use your left jab, move around, and be very, very loose. Stop trying to knock him out. Just try to outpoint him.
I want to hold behind the head. Hold the head.
Just try to outpoint him.
Then the fight is right for him too.
Take a swallow.
Come on, let's go. Left jab. Keep stepping around and move around him now. Keep stepping.
Okay, seconds, let's go.
All right? Come on, let's go, guys. Move around, Greg. In and out. I want to see it.
Let's see if Razor Ruddock takes Floyd Patterson's advice and uses the jab more.
In that exchange, if you heard it, Floyd committed a no-no. He said, you're tired. It's only the third round. You'd never put that in a fighter's mouth. Never. It's a fourth round coming up, but he had just fought 3 rounds, told him he's tired.
A left by Page that snapped Ruddock's head back. Another short crisp left by Page, and Page trying to bounce back.
Page got the better of that exchange. Well-landed punches by Page. An excellent rally.
Page loading up with the right.
Come on, we got it again. Come on. We got it. Come on, your hands are free. Come on.
Up until now, it's been all Razor Ruddock. And Greg Page trying to turn things around.
And it looks like Razor Ruddock has decided to take a vacation for this round. He's certainly not attacking with the same strength and brio of the first 2 assaults, and the third slowing down.
Razor Ruddock's first fight since the successive losses to Mike Tyson. His stock actually going up, though, after 2 defeats. Ruddock continues to bleed from the mouth.
And started in the last round, he's been getting hit right in the face. I mean, Greg Page has scored well and often this round because for the first time he's boxing.
Past the midway mark of round 4. Crisp left by Ruddock. Ruddock looking to pin Page against the ropes.
And another thing that Floyd said, throw combinations when his back gets to the ropes. One at a time he's throwing.
Ruddock airing it out.
I gotta give Greg Page credit. He's game and he's up on his toes even after that hammering on the ropes.
And similar to the fights against Tyson, Ruddock couldn't finish things off. He would get to a certain point and then just stop flat, Ferdy, remember?
Because he's punching one at a time. What Floyd told him was combinations when you get close to the rope and you hit him with everything, not just one loaded up punch.
And folks, this isn't Mike Tyson.
No. It's going to take a long time to educate Razor Ruddock into being a polished fighter, but he certainly has a lot of raw material, and what he got is brute strength, huge body, and the ability to take a punch.
Patterson told us Ruddock is an extremely determined young man. The only other person he's ever seen like him was Rocky Marciano. That's high praise. Now he's got to be more determined here against Greg Page if he wants a W.
Can you hear me? Let's try to do something entirely different, all right?
Give me that mid lip.
If you'll just concentrate on one thing, you can end this fight very fast. Concentrate on getting a left hook to the belly or a straight right. You get this guy to the belly and you'll kill him. I'm telling you, one shot and it's all over. A left hook or a right hand. The moment he hits the rope, then throw the right hand or throw.
And here's Greg Page's big moment as he hurts Ruddock and then takes him briefly to school in a series of flurry of punches in which he got much the better of it. Of course, the bad part of that, Ruddock came back. And of course, I thought Greg Page barely won that round. It's the first round that he won, but he is slowing down perceptibly, and Floyd Patterson told him, just try one thing, just one.
Left hook to the belly or a right hand. How about those?
But then he gave him two things, and that confused him.
Ruddock looking winded in that corner, too. Round 5.
Again and again, I come back to Angelo Dundee's wonderful dicta. Never tell a fighter he's tired. Never even suggest he's tired. A good shot right over the top by Greg Page.
Nice
Not
shot.
hard. Not hard, but right on target.
Got Ruddock's attention. Ruddock continues to bleed from the lower lip. Now, Page working the jab, almost devilishly in the face of Ruddock.
He is doing what Floyd wants Ruddock to do. Control it with a fight. Now, he's doing nothing. Ruddock is doing nothing. He's not even using his weight to tire out. He doesn't know how to lay that huge weight on a smaller man and tire him out. There's a lot of teaching to be done here, folks. A lot of teaching.
And perhaps Greg Page's experience gaining the upper hand now. 33-year-old former WBA heavyweight champ. Won the title in 1984 over Jerry Coetzee in South Africa. Lost the title on the very next fight. It's been all downhill from there. He's trying to climb back to the top. And he figures this is the best place to start against a quality opponent like Razor Ruddock.
Well, if he won here, no question about it, he'd be in the tall cotton.
Well, things have slowed down considerably after those frantic first few rounds.
And that is directly attributable to the fact that Ruddock has got to have another gas tank he can suck on because this one's dry.
Speaking of gas, Page told us when he was having his problems, I just filled up my car with transmission fluid and backed up. Tonight he hopes to change direction against Ruddock.
Again, a long hook that gets Greg Page in trouble.
Page a little staggered.
That long hook landed, and it just shorted things out for a second.
Page dancing away to keep his distance. Perhaps sensing trouble. As the sweat cascades down over our heads from the ring.
Ruddock senses he's got him on the way to go, but lets him off the hook. Just when it looks like he's leaning toward the canvas, he let him get tied up. Oh!
Blistering left by Razor Ruddock.
And now Page in deep trouble.
Thunderous shot by Ruddock.
What he's bouncing on, I don't know, because that's just reflexes, because he is in trouble. His eyes did a number just then. Ruddock ought to come back across hard right now.
Greg Page showing a lot of heart, though, taking a lot of punishment, withstanding it.
Instead of a wide open attack, Ruddock goes and ties him up. See, that's the stuff they got to work on.
Don't give up on me now. All right? Come on now. Come on, stay down off your feet and use that hard left jab, boy. Suck it up. Come on, your feet. You hear me? Stay down off your feet. Stop moving around and start pumping that jab, man. Got to work. What the fuck you dancing for? Huh? What the fuck you dancing for? Huh? You ain't doing a camp, bitch. Come on now. What the fuck you doing here for? You start dancing, that hook will catch your ass. Ain't it?
Let's take a look at what got Greg Page in trouble. A left hand that landed. See that wild overhand, but just on time. Look at the way he's collapsing. Look at the way Greg Page is recovering. Now later, after you let him off the hook again, here he comes again. Watch this shot. Oh, that's enough to knock anybody out. I don't know what's keeping Greg Page up. I don't know what it is, except that Ruddock is merciful and keeps giving him a parole.
And we headed to round 6. Ruddock slow and coming out of his corner. Page is eager to get it on.
And strange advice from the corner of Page. Don't give up on us now. Don't give up. As if they're so used to his in and out fights that he would give up.
So much of it is mental, psychological, aside from the physical end.
Well, the reason Patterson compared him to Marciano is Marciano didn't have any boxing talent. All he had was this enormous strength and desire, and that's why he compared him that way. He says this guy's a Marciano. He's got huge strength, but no boxing talent. He's got to come into knowing how to box. And what we're seeing, he's disregarded everything Floyd said. He's fighting like the old Razor Ruddock. Once the bell rang, he went right back to being the old Razor Ruddock.
Ruddock, like Marciano, not a finesse fighter, yet he never stops trying, I'll say that. But he has not taken the advice of Floyd Patterson. a whole bunch of things Patterson has told him, and he has not adhered to it.
And in all fairness, you really, really can't teach a guy in a few months. That's about a year's worth of work in the gym where you're working and becomes rote. And he has to work it out in a series of small fights where he can get what he wants inside the gym.
Well, we asked Greg Page about that yesterday. He said you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and he may have been right here.
Well, you can teach a guy how to jab. And if this big guy ever jabs, watch out.
We really haven't seen any of the jab by Razor Ruddock.
Right now, another vacation round. These things seem to just be like summer storms. They're just nice and quiet, and all of a sudden the thunder boils out of Razor Ruddock's punch.
Ruddock looking for the reserve from his gas tank, looking to reach back, but now he's just leaning on Greg Page, and Page may be in better physical condition.
He is in great condition for the beating he's taken. He's fresh.
Now you got to wonder what Ruddock has left in those punches.
Well, he's resting now. He's taking a cruise right now. Apparently willing to just give this guy this round to rest and then get his muscles all back to having the fuel they need to shoot.
An unspirited round 6. So far eventful. The first couple of rounds were wild, favoring Razor Ruddock. Page came back a little bit. There's a left uppercut by Ruddock.
He's infallible with that uppercut. I don't know why he doesn't throw it more. He's just catching Page over and over and over again. Well, this is a vacation round for Ruddock and a gift for Greg Page, who did more fighting and won that round on my scorecard. Unofficial, of course.
I've been saying this for the last 3 rounds, and I'm still going to say it. All you have to do is catch this guy with one shot in the body, and it's all over. That's all. But you have to throw one shot to the body. When you get him up against smoke, it's been
we're fighting. I told him already. Come on, man. I wanted you holding.
Listen, bend and throw the right hand to the body. The moment he gets up against the ropes, all right? Okay? Just bend and throw the right hand to the right. Keep that pace up. He's tired, man. Come on now. Rub them legs out. Come on, baby.
Okay, seconds. Let's go, guys. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Get the wallet.
You heard a very frustrated Floyd Patterson. I've been telling you for 3 rounds. One shot to the belly will do it. Meanwhile, Page's corner acknowledging that Ruddock is tired. Round 7.
According to what we saw in the previous fights with Tyson, he rests around, and then that gives him wonderful recuperative powers. But he does take a whole round off. I mean, the entire round. Then he seems to be refreshed, and he comes back hard. He certainly started this one hard. Another great uppercut, another one.
But he continues to go to the head, not going to the body like Floyd Patterson told him. Again to the head, the right cross by Ruddock. And Ruddock resting on the shoulders of Page.
And Greg Page, in spite of what the Sharpie said, 11-0 under, 11-1. There's a good hard shot.
Ruddock trying to finish him off. Combination. Page into the ropes. Getting destroyed. Being smothered. But now a little head movement and he gets out of there. Again, Ruddock can't punish him off.
And still no punishment to the body. A good hard body shot could collapse him right now, and that's what Floyd's trying to tell him.
Page just looked over to his corner and said he's okay. We'll see.
He's okay, but not feeling good. That was pure boxing skill on the part of Greg Page to get out of that.
Great head movement, and he slithered away from that blitz by Ruddock. Now time called by Joe Cortez.
Oh, that was a bad timeout. That was not a good timeout.
Untimely time.
Time on Walker. Save this round. Save this round. Come on.
And round 7 rages on.
A welcome rest for Greg Page, who was starting to look for a place to lay down because he is getting hammered. Big round for Razor Ruddock.
Oh, what a left hand. The The smash by Razor Ruddock.
Page trying to fight back, trying to keep him off. His punches have nothing, but they are discombobulating Razor Ruddock's timing.
Ruddock strictly going to the head.
Ruddock doesn't know how to force him to the ropes, out-muscle him, outweigh him, tire him out. He's just pure arm punching.
Page trying to take advantage of that wild miss by Ruddock, but no damage.
Well, he started to say, in spite of what the wise guy said about Greg Page, he's in here, and he's been in here every round. He's taken some shots I did not think Greg Page could take. More credit to Greg Page. He came in here in good shape, and he came in here to brawl, and it's still up in the air.
Page showing an amazing chin. Final seconds, round 7. I mean, those are explosive shots being administered by Razor Ruddock. Page finishing strong.
Come on, you're running up. Remember a hard fight? Bring yourself out of it now. Get yourself together.
Wrench out real good.
Come on, rub them legs. Come on. Come on. Come on, Rick. Come on. Come on. You're still in the fight. All you got to do is stay down off your feet. Jabbing them body shots. Come on, where's the jab at?
Here's where Page gets in trouble, and here's where conditioning and skill. There goes the mouthpiece, and he is hammered. Now, you see the inexperience of Razor Ruddock. He's just throwing from left field. He's not trying to get close. He's not trying to take an aim. Let's take a look at it a little bit closer. Watch Razor's reaction when he gets him in trouble. See, there's his shot. Now, Razor comes on and just throws anything he's got. He doesn't try to get close enough. That's inexperience. That's lack of boxing skill.
And Page had the presence of mind to get out of trouble. And we headed to round 8, scheduled for 10.
First shot gets somebody's mouthpiece out of his mouth. Both guys have their mouth open, and the mouthpiece can go out of both men with a good shot. Again, time is called.
That's a sign that they're both tired, and Joe Cortez, for the 3rd time, calling time.
Well, at least it's at the beginning of the round where he can take a little bit more rest. All right, turn around or else expect the worst.
They keep telling Page he's tired, he's tired. Page told us he'll be in no rush tonight. You won't see anything flashy. He'll just take it one round at a time, and that's exactly what he's been doing.
And he's kept it close. Unofficially, I got it 68-65, although there have been these rounds that looked like any moment it was going to be curtains, but skillfully using his boxing knowledge, Greg Page has gotten out of it, and I attribute that to great conditioning and possibly determination. That which has been lacking in his career.
Page, a 13-year pro. The former champ, 34-9, 27 counts. Ruddock rated number 3 by the WBC. A record of 25-3-1, 18 knockouts.
Ruddock without even the hint of a jab. When they square off, or he should be popping that jab off, he waits for Greg Page's charge rather than getting off first. Sign of a weary man, an arm-weary man who's been punching with too much desire to knock out rather than to score. Crowd slowly getting into the underdog's corner.
Yes.
Slowly getting into Greg Page, admiring the job he's done to withstand these heavy charges by Razor Ruddock.
The crowd was all for Ruddock when he came into the ring. There wasn't much reaction for Greg Page, and it's beginning to turn now. A glancing left.
Except for those moments when he gets Page in trouble, you could characterize Razor Ruddock's efforts for the last few rounds as lackluster. He doesn't have any shine. He doesn't have any brio, any energy. He's just there. And when he musters up enough energy for a charge, he tries to put away Greg Page, and if he doesn't do it, then he's out of gas again.
Page with body shots now going upstairs. And the crowd again behind Page.
And Page's legs are amazing. He is bouncing up and down in spite of those shots he's taken. He can now turn on the boxing expertise in his legs and really take all these rounds because Razor Ruddock's immobile.
Page looks like he's got a new tank. New tank of gas.
Razor Razor Ruddock looks like it's hurting him to get his legs across the ring. He's stumbling forward. There he goes.
There's the smash. The right combination. Ruddock looking to end it again. Can he do it this time? And Page is against the ropes. He is in trouble. And the bell sounds. Oh, brother. He is out on his feet. Can he even make it?
Let's listen.
Come on, he's all right.
That's it. That's it. Cortez is saying that's it. Joe Cortez is saying that's it.
Yes, it is all over. Razor Ruddock victorious over Greg Page.
And once again, you have one of those instances where just by a shade, you didn't know whether Joe Cortez was going to step in or not, because he was hammered on the ropes. He's obviously out on his feet, yet he was sliding on the ropes. You know, that bell saved him, but it really didn't save him because he was out. He couldn't get to his corner under his own locomotion. Let's take a look at it from different angles. I think we will see the strength and the brute force that Razor Ruddock was husbanding up, apparently, because he was doing nothing between these things. Now let's watch this. Great hook. Stomach shot, great hook again. Uppercut, another hook, and that one was hard. That one collapsed him. Some of these are missing, but most of them are right on the jaw. Now that one, he starts to slide. The referee looks like he's going to come in, but he doesn't. Razor Ruddock has got open target on a guy that's almost unconscious, and there's the referee step, but he stepped in because the bell sounded. The bell sounded. Now let's take another look at it from a different viewpoint. You can see the effect of these blows. No question about it. They were hard, hammering shots. Oh, he's out there. He's out. You can see the way the head went. He's now fighting just on reflexes, and he will not remember any of this. He's completely out. As he went to finish him, the bell sounded right about here when the right hand went, and that's when the bell had already sounded. I mean, no question about it. I mean, there's no question about that. I mean, Steve, the way he reacted to about the middle of these punches, you knew he was out on his feet. It's just reflexes and condition that kept him up.
Razor Ruddock unleashing the onslaught here at the end of round 8. And it was no contest for Greg Page. Joe Cortez could have had an opportunity to step in right there, but I think he knew it was coming to the end of the round.
I think the action was fast and furious, and it looked like he was going to slide down anyway. So he really could have avoided those last couple of shots, but that is really just a judgment call. I wouldn't get excited about that.
Well, probably one of those good news, bad news nights for Razor Ruddock. They're going to go back to the drawing board with Floyd Patterson, I'm sure, on technique, but he does come up with the victory. Let's get the official call. Our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr., standing by.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout has been stopped at the end of round number 8. Referee in charge, Joe Cortez, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, Donovan Razor Ruddock.
So there's the announcement. Razor Ruddock with a record of 26-3-1, 19 knockouts. Greg Page, fortunately, okay now after taking a beating administered by Donovan Razor Ruddock at the end of round 8. He was finally able to put the former champion away. Here it is once again as he bounces off the ropes. Watch the eyes of Greg Page right here. Oh, up into the stratosphere. And you knew right then and there this thing was over. But tremendous courage being displayed by Greg Page, is hanging in there, as Ferdy said, perhaps on instinct alone, but still, he's still up there. He was trying to adjust his mouthpiece, you noticed, trying to make it all the way back to his corner. Joe Cortez giving him every benefit of the doubt here. And the corner people have to come over to help him. He actually never made it to the stool. Before he sat down, you could see Cortez starting to wave it off, and there he polishes it off. A very, very courageous effort by Greg Page. You got to give him a lot of credit. against those bone-rattling shots by Donovan Razor Ruddock. And you got to believe he's got a lot more respect now for Ruddock than he had before the fight. Razor Ruddock bouncing back from the back-to-back losses to Mike Tyson against former champions. He has beaten everybody with the exception of Tyson. And now you can add the name Greg Page to the list. A record of 4 up, 2 down in that category. Razor Ruddock, who is standing by right now with our Ferdy Pacheco. Ferdy?
Well, if that was your first class under the master Floyd Patterson here, you disregarded most of the lessons. I didn't see a jab.
Well, you know, we've been off for 8 months, and I know it was going to play a toll in the fight because the ring rust after fighting Tyson, we haven't fought in 8 months, and I know that Greg Page was up for this fight. He came in shape, and I know that he was going to be in there. I had to hit him hard and hard and hard. But I have to give a lot of credit to my new trainer, Floyd Patterson, because he's been working with me. Maybe I didn't listen to most of the things, but I was a little tired in here because of the ring rust. I like to say, I want the world to know Murad Muhammad is my promoter, not Don King, okay? We don't have no ties with Don King, just Murad Muhammad. And we're going to be fighting every 6 weeks. Keep in shape.
I hope it's every 6 months for your sake. Or I don't think Floyd's heart can stand it every 6 weeks. Let's make it every 6 months.
You know, I have to give a lot of credit to Greg Page because, you know, Tyson's out of the picture, unfortunately. And I feel a little sympathetic toward Mike Tyson because of the situation he got himself into. He was a great champion. It's a bad situation he got himself in, but I have to give myself and also Greg Page a lot of courage.
I think Greg Page deserves an extreme amount of credit.
I deserve a lot more too, because I finished the fight.
Yes, you did, but he's at the end of his rope. He trained real hard, and with the shots he took from you, almost nobody can take.
Well, that's true, that's true. You know, after Tyson out of the picture, they want to come back and make $1 million payday. So they're going to be up, they're going to do anything that it takes to stay in there. Right. He didn't want to raise a Ruddock.
Let's talk to the professor.
I like to say hi to all the kids. I have my kids in Florida, and my wife also in Florida.
Let me get to the professor here. All right, you taught him a lot of things that you didn't see, but you told me it was going to take a long time.
Yes, I did. But there's one other thing I'd like to say, which I told him this afternoon. He can verify it. I told him, don't try to knock this guy out. Look for a very hard fight. Go in there and just throw punches, try to outpoint him, and you'll stand a much better chance of knocking him out. Because if you try to knock him out, you're going to get very tired. You're going to tighten up and get very tired. That's exactly what happened.
We heard you tell him to get tired. We heard you say don't make a hard fight out of an easy fight.
Right. If you use your left jab and body.
All right, will that come with time, Floyd?
Yeah, it will.
Beg pardon?
Will it come with time? Will we learn
it will come with time. It's just a matter of repetition over and over again. It will eventually become a part of it.
All right. Knowing everything we know, he's coming back from 8 months. You've just started teaching him. What do you see? Were you satisfied with what you saw?
Yes, I was satisfied with what I saw, because the one thing I did say that he had that stands out more than anything else is determination, and I think he showed that tonight.
All right, congratulations to you, Floyd, for a good performance and putting him on, and more to you because you did it all.
I'd like to thank you for the picture you painted in my house.
I don't need a commercial.
No, I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
Well, listen to me. The picture you gave to me is a masterpiece. After you finish, it's going to be a picture call.
All right, back to Steve Albert at ringside.
It's time. Okay, so there you have it from the corner of Razor Ruddock. Razor Ruddock and Floyd Patterson. Just in case you were wondering, Razor Ruddock was ahead on all cards. All 3 judges had Razor Ruddock ahead. Art Lurie had it 76-75. Giampa and Moretti, the other judges, had it 79-72. But it was all academic because Ruddock just lambasting Greg Page at the end of round 8 to end it. And Greg Page is standing by with the fight doctor.
All right, Greg, I don't think I can remember you coming in with such a determination and such well-conditioned, and the guts you showed was really admirable.
Well, I give all honor to God to do what I did, and next fight I do better.
Listen, the uppercuts seemed to be landing whenever they wanted to. Were they hurting you? They were such hard uppercuts.
No, it wasn't hurting me at all. It was just, we practiced on that in the gym, and the only thing I was doing is I wasn't really concentrating on what he was doing, but that's why I was getting off like he did. But if I would have stayed focused, it would have never happened.
Oh, you stayed focused enough. Listen, let me tell you, you won many rounds. I only had you behind in 2, and the fight was still up for the grabs when you got hit. He was very tired, and part of it was trying to put you out. Yeah. A very courageous fight. I don't remember seeing you fight like that. Brenda, you're just new to this life of the hard life of boxing. What's your reaction to see your husband put up such a fight?
I'm just really proud that he fought the way that he did. We knew it would be a hard fight, and we put up the best fight, and the best man win, but we're here to stay.
Well, welcome to boxing, Brendan. If that's your attitude, you got the right attitude for a boxing wife.
But it never happened again.
Say again, Greg?
It'll never happen again.
You're going to continue fighting with this kind of shape, this kind of courage and determination. You should have a series of good fights this year. Will you continue to be active?
Yes, I am going to continue to be active. But, you know, this right here was really a test to see what I was going to do with Razor. And I figured that, you know, I got a little lackadaisical. That's how I got caught. But that's one of the things that happen when you focus, and then all at once you just draw blank.
Well, thank you very much. It was a courageous performance. Again, I use that word because that's what it was. And we'll have to go back because we're out of time now to Steve Albert at ringside.
All right, thank you, Ferdy. As the crowd clears out here at the Mirage Ballroom in Las Vegas, Nevada, a very determined former WBA heavyweight champion Greg Page hanging in there as well as he could against Razor Ruddock. All right, let's recap tonight's action for you. First of all, in the first fight, Bert Cooper, who nearly took care of things against Evander Holyfield back in November with easy pickings over Cecil Instant Coffee. It was an instantaneous victory almost for Bert Cooper. Technical knockout, 124 of the second round. In our second fight, Julian Jackson retained his WBC middleweight championship, and he made quicker work of his man, Ismael Negron, 50 seconds of the first round. He stopped Negron, and in the fight you just saw, our main event, Razor Ruddock stopping Greg Page, the former champ, at the end of round 8.